Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I see that everyone here. Thank you for attending our meeting today. So let's start the meeting. First of all, I would like to give a warm welcome Mr. AKIF as Secretary, Mr. HAZIM as Committee Member. There were other members who participate in our meeting, namely the Headmaster of SK JEMBAL and representative of the resident in the JEMBAL area, and also teacher at the SK JEMBAL preschool. Well, the purpose of the meeting is to give awareness to students by holding a program that is anti-drug program among students at SK JEMBAL, where we will decide which proposal will be sent to our class advisor, Mr. Fazli. Are there any apologies for absence for today meeting, Mr. AKIF?
Thank you, Mr. Ameer. I would like to inform you that everyone is present in today's meeting and we are ready to hear the proposal presentation.
Thank you, Mr. AKIF. First, let's go over the minutes of our last meeting, which was held on July 7, 2022. Has everyone read the minute of the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, 2 people attended the last meeting and no one was absent. That looked good. I remember the previous meeting by discussing the proposal to hold a program that is the anti-drug program among students at SK JEMBAL. Their team had to change the date of the program because the place was used by the other parties on that day. Are there any changes?
I remember that the matter had been discussed in previous meeting. We are still deciding which proposal to choose, but the both proposals need to make improvement in terms of format and council activity for both proposals.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akif, for the information. Are there any changes beside that?
About Mr. Chairman, I think there is a little mistake in your spelling of your name. This should be Ameer, not Ameer.
Thank you, Mr. Hazim, for your reprimand. I will take note of that.
If I Mr. Chairman, I think there is a mistake on the venue of our meeting. It should be held via Google Meet instead of room 9.
Mr. Akif, could you take a note of that? Thank you, Mr. Hazim, for highlighting the error. Okay, what about the rest of the minutes?
Sorry to interrupt, but there was another error on the date the program we run. Those actual date is 24 to 25 August 2022, not 23 to 24 August 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Hazim. Please take note, everyone. Is there anything else to be amended?
No, I can't find any error.
If that is the case, would someone move that the minute of the last meeting be accepted?
I propose that the minutes being accepted.
I second the mention.
Okay, I hereby confirm the last minute meeting. Let's move on to item 3 on the agenda. Matters arising. The issue of the date of the submission of proposal to club advisors in the month. Mr. AKIF, can you brief us on that?
Definitely, Mr. Amer. Well, as we all know, currently the date for all proposals that need to be submitted to the club advisor for the JKPA meeting has been missed. The date for submission of proposal is 11 June 2022. So we need to submit the proposal for next month. So any proposal that you want to propose must ensure the date of the program must be conducted in 2 months onward, which is starting from August this year.
Could I just say something here? Unfortunately, we have missed the date for the proposal submission. I think those programs that will be hit next month must postpone another date starting from August 2022. I propose that we have a special meeting on this agenda soon.
I second the motion.
Right. It is agreed that it will be discussed the proposal's submission to the next meeting soon, before the actual JKPA meeting in the next month.
Thank you, Mr. Amer. I will highlight this matter.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I've heard that we had a bit of a problem with transportation for the bus during the proposed program date, where the bus was booked and occupied by another program. Is there any solution for something like this?
Yes, it is true that we have slight problems in the transportation aspect. It has been settled by pre-booking with other drivers, but as I have discussed with HEPA UMT. So, right now, you do not need to worry about transportation. Any else to add?
No, Mr. Amer.
Alright, let's move on the next agenda, the proposal presentation. The program we want to run is the anti-drug program among students at SK JEMBAL. So, I would like to welcome this representative, Mr. AKIF. The floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Thank you Mr. Chairman for giving me the opportunity to present our recommendation related to anti-drug program among students at SK Jembal. First of all, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Akif Firdaus bin Muhammad ASRI. The reason I want to run this program is because drug abuse among students is increasing every year, especially in Terengganu, and less emphasis of the dangers of drug abuse to their bodies. After that, the community is also less concerned about the problem of drug abuse in the community, especially school students. To overcome this problem, we should raise awareness to the community related to drug abuse, and that is why this program must be implemented. Based on the problem statement slide, there is some evidence that show there is a problem of drug abuse among students in Terengganu, and this is the reason that drive the implementation of drug and anti-drug program among students in SK Tok Jembal. Firstly, according to the Berita Harian 2022, there is an increase every year in the statistic of drug addicts in Malaysia. According to AADK statistic, a total of 123,139 drug addicts and abusers were detected by the authorities, and the estimate number of drug addicts and abusers who are still undetected and receive appropriate treatment is 490,556 people. This increase will adversely affect individual, society, and the nation. Secondly, according to TRDI News 2070, a total of 50 students from 4 schools around the Dewan Undangan Negeri Don, Seberang Takir, and Bukit Tunggal were arrested in the operasi Pontin Sekolah. Two of the students were each test positive for drug and smoking. Thirdly, according to the Berita Harian 2021, there are two teenagers girls aged 13 and 14 respectively between 607 who were arrested in Jihad Dadah 2.0 as a result of raid in 7 drug dens throughout Terengganu. Terengganu Police Chief Datuk Rahimi Muhammad Isa said the two teenagers who were still in school were arrested in Besut within 10 days of the first phase of the operation, which began on October 14, 2021. This proved that the students were also involved in drug abuse, if not killed. Lastly, according to the official portal of the Royal Malaysia Police, a total of 6,000 individuals, including school students, is the state were arrested for various drug abuse offences during the first 8 months of this year. Terengganu Police Chief Datuk Rosli Abdul Rahman, however, say the numbers show a decrease compared to 8,625 arrests for the same period last year. After we move on to the description of the program, the name of the project is Anti-Drug Among Students at SK Jembal. This is because drug abuse is very dangerous, especially to children who are still in school. My team and I decided to run this program on July 31, 2022, which one day period only. Furthermore, there is a brief description of our activity that need to be done. We will hold a demonstration of the type of drug and tool used by drug addicts to smoke drug to the community around Jembal, especially to the parents who have children in SK Jembal and students in early childhood education school such as preschool. After that, we will also have whole lucky draw season for all involved to attract the interest and attention of participate to attend the campaign. And most interestingly, we will create a coloring contest for primary school students and nearly childhood school students, which the aim of captivating their interest by providing prize. This event will be held at Dewan Serbaguna to Jembal. The reason why we choose this location because it is located nearest to UMT, which allow this program to be easily conducted as we all minimize the cost and located nearest to SK to Jembal and preschool, which is make it easier for students and it can accommodate many participants who will attend the program. We held an anti-drug exhibition in collaboration with the Kuala Nerus District Health Office. The main role played by the collaboration is responsible for making exhibition related to the effect of drug use on participants during the campaign. After that, it is also responsible for giving talk related to the effect of other drug to the participant. As you all can see, this is the cost involved to implement the program and the cost required is very sufficient with the allocation provider of RM10K. Clearly, this event will provide several benefits to the community such as residents in the Tok Jembal area. Preschool students and primary school students will know the effect of drug use on the health of their bodies. Furthermore, the residents of the Tok Jembal area, especially parents, know the step in educating their children not to get involved in unprofitable activities such as smoking drug. Finally, residents in the Jembat area, preschool student and primary school student will be aware of the dangers of drug to the community. I think that's all from my presentation of my proposal. Is there any question regarding my proposal presentation? I give the floor to anyone who want to ask you the question. I will answer your question. Thank you.
Excuse me for interrupting, Mr. Akif. May I have a word, Mr. Akif?
Yes, sure.
Okay. My name is Muhammad HAZIM. I strongly agree with Mr. Akif's suggestion. It is due to the fact that many individuals are unaware of the threats of that occur when involved with drugs. Cases of students involved with drug addiction are on the rise. This causes parents of children attending kindergarten and preschool to worry about the problem that occur among students. The importance of this program to parents and students lies in its exposure of this cause, effect, and response to the development of this occurring problem.
Thank you, Mr. Akif, for a great presentation. Mr. Akif, I want to ask a question regarding the program. This program involves children starting from 6 years old. How do you think ensure the safety of the children during the program?
Sorry for interrupting. I am representative from our team. May I answer this question?
Yes, sure, Mr. Hazim.
Regarding the safety of the children, this program is run indoor which is at Dewasa Berguna Tok Jembal. This place is closed and safe from vehicular traffic. Apart from that, this program involves their parents along with the program. They just will be nearby. Other than that, we also collaborate with Malaysia Volunteer Department to guide the area outside the hall on that day.
Thank you, Mr. Hazim, for the clear answer. I no longer doubt the safety of the program.
You're welcome, Mr. Akif.
Hi, Mr. Akif. I also have one question regarding the description of the program, which is about the duration of the program. It is because the program will be conducted one day only.
Thank you, Mr. Ameer, for your question. Yes, this program will be conducted for one day only. This is because it has several factors, especially this program. It involves primary and preschool students. If carried out within a few days, it will disrupt student learning time. This is why this program is conducted in one day only. Other than that, it can also affect the cost for the implementation of the program if the program is implemented within a few days.
I see. That's a brilliant idea, Mr. Akif. Thank you for your answer.
I second the motion on what Mr. Akif said. That's a great idea.
You're welcome, Mr. Ame, and thank you for your motion, Mr. Hazim.
You're welcome, Mr. Akif.
Sorry for interrupting, but may I know why the cost of the banner is too expensive? Is that because the banner is too premium? It is not relevant to RM 100 per unit.
Thank you, Mr. Akif, for the question. For the banner, it's become expensive because the store has so many orders. We have asked the store to complete the banner, and the store had to ask for a high fee for the banner. We also asked the store to make a banner, but other store did not agree to take order from us. In addition, the cost become expensive since we are late in ordering the banner, and we asked them to make a banner in short time. We even asked the owner for a discount student, but the owner disagreed with us.
Thank you, Mr. Hazim, for the nice answer.
You're welcome, Mr. Akif. Any other question?
May I give a suggestion? I think you can find another vendor for banner because we still have a lot of time because the program you can start from August. Right now is June. If possible, try to get a quotation for various vendors. Make a comparison and select a vendor that offer affordable price.
I second the motion on what Mr. Ameer said. What do you think, Mr. Akif, for this matter?
I favorably agree with Mr. Ame's suggestion. As per my experience, when buying a banner, the cost range from RM 50 to RN16. I hope you can find another vendor that offer a lower price because it is not relevant for RN100 per unit for the banner. As we have a lot of time, it is possible that you can find the vendor and negotiate it with them professionally.
Thank you, Mr. Hazim and Mr. Hakif, for the feedback.
Excuse me, Mr. Akif. May I ask you something?
Yes, sure, Mr. Hazim.
I would like to ask about the food provided on the day of the program. My question is how many times will this student be fed?
Thank you, Mr. Hazim, for your question. For the first question, we give students 3 meals every day, which include bread and mineral water before boarding. Breakfast will be served to the student at 10 a.m. and the conclusion of the program, each student will get a bag of rice to take home.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Akif, for your explanation.
I second the motion on what Mr. Aki said. That's a great idea.
You're welcome, Mr. Hazim, and thank you, Mr. Amer.
You're welcome, Mr. Akif.
Apologize, Mr. Akif. May I ask one more question?
Yes, sure, Mr. Hazim.
Are residents of this JEMBAL permit to drive their own vehicle, or are they compelled to use the provided bus?
Okay, Mr. Hazim, may I will answer this question?
Sure, Mr. Akif.
For this question, residents of Jemba are not required to take the offer bus and may drive their own vehicle. But student primary and preschool pupils are required to use the offer bus.
Thank you, Mr. Akif.
Are there any questions on the floor?
No.
No.
Since there are no questions on the floor, so I give the floor to the Mr. Chairperson. Thank you.
Okay. After all the discussion on the proposal, I would like to stipulate that this proposal is appropriate to be submitted to the club advisor so that the selected proposal will be brought into the JKPA meeting next month.
Okay, Mr. Amir.
Okay, Mr. Ameer.
As everyone has agreed with this proposal, it was decided the proposal anti-drug program among students in SK Tok Jembal will be selected as the University Social Responsibility Program and will be submitted to the club advisor for further discussion. This proposal will be allocated with the RM 10,000 ringgit Malaysia and cannot exceed it. However, I want to ask all of you in the meeting, is there any objection regarding this discussion?
No, Mr. Ameer. I agree that the proposal will have a great impact towards society, as the student will be exposed to many activities and awareness about the abyss.
I also agree because the current budget they plan is still below RM 6,000. Perhaps they can add something else that can give a contribution to high school students, such as adding another visit or another course.
In my view, I agree that the anti-drug program among the students in SK to JEMBAL must be carried out, as it will make a great contribution to the student to know the harmful effects of drug use.
I second the motion.
I see. If there are no objection and all agree, it was decided that Mr. AKIF and Mr. HAZIM will lead the anti-drug program among students at SK Jemba, which will be held on 1 to 2 August 2022. Let us discuss the selected proposal meeting at the next meeting. Sure, we will close the discussion for now and continue to any other matters.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the condition of our air conditioner in the meeting room is very poor. It has been broken since last week. It would take the repairment about 2 days to take matter into action.
I agree with you, Mr. Hazim, but the problem right now is the repayment is not as attending to fit the problem. This is important for us since we always had a meeting here every week.
Okay, I shall hire a new repairman soon before our next meeting take place.
That sounds like a very good idea.
I shall look into this matter soon. I guess we will stop the meeting now. See you at the next meeting for discussing for the selected proposal. Mr. Akif, when is our next meeting?
Mr. Ameer, for the next meeting on 21 June 2022, Tuesday, 9 a.m. at the meeting room. I will send a notice if there are any changes.
Yes, sure.
Yes, sure. Okay. Anything else? No? Well then, thank you for coming. Will someone propose the meeting be accepted?
Yes, I propose the meeting to be accepted.
I second the motion.
That is then. Thank you to all for your attendance. I declare the meeting closed. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.